Good morning, Homestead homies. Getting ready to get started on the irrigation for our earth garden. Very exciting. We'll be right back.
This video covers irrigation installation, setup, earth garden number 2.
Well, welcome back. Today I'm going to get started on putting in the irrigation for our earth garden, and I wanted to use these 5123 PC Sininger impact heads, and I wanted to give you an up close look because you've heard me talking about it quite a bit. This is the head. It's got a 3/4 inch male pipe tap on the bottom, so I can screw this into my riser. And you know, the impact head is, you know, the kind that it impacts like this and breaks up the water stream. And you can adjust it back here just like you do any other yard sprinkler. So you can, you know, it can go so far and then it flips, you know, so you can make a part circle instead of a full circle going all the way around. You can make it whatever you want it to be. So that's a good feature, especially like when I'm working on the corners of the garden, or in the middle I want 180 degrees and on the corner I want 90 degrees, or you can put it at any degree you want. So this is a good head for that. It's a high volume head. I get 10 GPM out of this little head, which is a lot of GPM because I've got 6 risers out here in my garden, which means I need 60 GPM, and this is the furthest point from my pump. So I'm not probably going to be able to get, you know, 60 gallons a minute through 6 heads all at one time, so I'll have to do like, you know, 3 or 4 at one time. So we'll see at the end how many I can actually run after I get them all installed, to see how much pressure I've got at this point in the system. So let me get these started and I get these things put in, and I'll show you how I put them on. What I'm using is fence posts. I had a bunch of leftover fence posts that I saved. Remember when I ripped out all the fence posts from the old chicken, you know, the old horse paddock where I built the chicken yard. So I saved all my fence posts, and I've got these sunk down in the ground about 3 feet. And the optimum height for these heads right here, you want them to be up at about 4 feet. So if I'm going to run my 1.5 inch line up this and attach it to this fence post, because you need it to be good and solid and good and rigid, because when this thing's impacting, it's shaking. And if it's on a flimsy piece of rebar or something small like that, it tends to make the top of the head wobble, and the more it wobbles, the more it works on this threaded joint here and causes it to leak. So you want to keep it as rigid as possible, so when it's attached to this, it got some rigidity to it, so it doesn't damage the threads on the bottom of these bottom of your heads. So I'm going to attach it up here at about the 4 foot mark. This will throw it about 29 or 30 feet. So that's a good spread, you know, and I'll set it to where it can get 90 degrees here on this corner of the garden. So that's how I'm going to install these. I'm going to put a shut-off valve right below it, a 3/4 inch gate ball valve right below it, so I can come by here on my Kubota, drive by, turn on whichever ones I want to turn on, and let them run, and come by later and turn them back off. So it's going to be an easy manual operation to light these off. I'm not going to put solenoid valves and automatic systems and all that junk. That's just a bunch of maintenance and, you know, more potential problems. So I'm keeping it simple, manually operate these and turn them on and turn them off when I want to, and in any order that I want to, any combination of the 6. So that's how I'm going to do this. Oops. In the middle of the garden, I've got a stanchion, a pipes fence post in the middle of the garden. At those 2 middle point stanchions, I'm going to put a hose bib in case I need to use any kind of hoses out here for any reason. So what I'll have on that one, I'll have the head up here, and I'll put a hose bib coming off right down in this area here, so I can attach a hose to the hose bib, and also make a little rack on the back so I can wind the hose up and have it kept up off the ground. So this would be a nice little system. It's a branch line off of the mains that we ran, so this is something I have to do to get through to test out the whole system anyway. So let me get started, and you can tag along with me. Let's get started. Well, we got all the valves on. We're ready to put the heads on. First thing I got to do is flush out all the mud and glue that's in the pipeline. So we've been flushing it for about 10 minutes. So I can start turning off the heads, and it should increase the pressure as I turn off the heads. This is the end of the line from the pump. So this is the furthest most heads from the pump. So this is where we experience the worst pressure drop. So out here, if we can get 3 heads to work at a time, that means we can do half the garden and then turn them off and turn the other half on. So that's a good thing. So let's see what we get. Well, we got all the heads on, and I'm able to run 6 heads at one time, all 6 heads. I am totally delighted. As you can see, I got over 100% coverage. Each corner head and the right side and the left side here reach all the way to the other side. The same with the other side. The left side reaches all the way to the right side. So we have a really good coverage. Very pleased with the pressure. This is the head that I'm using. This is a Sininger 5123 PC part circle. It's got a 3/4 inch male thread on the bottom. You can adjust it by moving these little stops right here. And just like any other sprinkler, when it comes around and hits it, it flips this little switch here and causes it to go back and whatever you set it for. So I can go from 1 degree all the way to 360 degrees if I want. This is a good head. 10 GPM this one puts out. So think about your home. If you have just a small house, regular, normal size subdivision on approximately 1/4 of an acre, and you have a little pump that does your irrigation for your front and backyard, that's probably a 10 to 12 GPM pump. Your pump would only push one of these heads. So unless you have a big pump and you have a lot of volume that you need to put out, don't buy these kind of heads. Just buy some old, plain old turf heads. But this is for agriculture, which is what we're doing. So I'm using this 5,000 square foot earth garden. I'm using 6 of these heads. It gives me 60 gallons a minute of water out here, and I can get a total saturation of the garden all at one time. I couldn't be happier. That saves me a lot of time. Now, of course, I'll probably only be using half of the garden at a time, fall and summer, winter and summer vegetables. So whatever I'm doing, I can open up any combination of these heads that I want to simply by closing the little valve that we just put in a little while ago at each head. So each head can be turned on and off individually. Great, I'm really happy. So that's the system for the earth garden, and we're ready to move on to another piece of project. So I couldn't be more delighted about the outcome of this irrigation system. So we thank you for watching, and if you like our channel, please subscribe and be a part of our Homestead family. We're bringing this place to life just as fast as we can, and we're going to get you some vegetable growing videos ASAP. Nobody wants them any more than me and Nancy, but we are working on them hard as we can to get them to you because I know you want them. So we're on that, and just stick with us. We love you, and we love having you as part of our family. So until me and Nancy and Bing Bing see you next time, we always want to remember, by his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching our videos. We love making them. If you like our videos, we ask you to partner with us in our mission by sharing our videos from YouTube and post from Facebook to all social medias. It really inspires and encourages us. Some great places to share is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please like if you like this video, subscribe, click the notification button so you never miss another video. Click below for products we used in the videos, and you could also partner with us without spending a penny. We welcome your encouraging comments, prayers, and questions. And thank you for watching and sharing our videos and posts. Have a blessed day.